What does that mean exactly to be socially intelligent?
Well, first of all, social intelligence is mostly about not being self-absorbed, not always thinking about yourself, not seeing the world through your own eyes, but making an effort to see the world through other people's eye. Too many people are too self-consumed, too self-absorbed, where they're not able to even sense the hostility in people's voices.
Right.
They can't even sense when they have an enemy staring at them in their face because they just keep thinking about their own insecurities. It's all about me, 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 me. And you think you're looking at the world when in reality, you're just looking at yourself. You know, the world is more of your background and your emotions are more of your main focus. And so a lot of people never truly connect with people, never really know people at an emotional level. And for me, it's sad, but that's where dating comes into place, where dating will force you into either looking at yourself or it will beat you to submission to the point where you become bitter. There's no other way there's no two way around it. You can't escape that reality. Okay. You know, so it's kind of like
so on point what you just said. On point.
Yeah. And that's why you have a lot of bitter people. You see a lot of older people who are bitter, who are sad. A lot of our parents, a lot of our aunts.
So common.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's sad seeing people at an older age who failed and who gave up. You know, and it's kind of like, for me, that's what motivates me. It's kind of like I want to make sure that you never get to that point and where you look back at your life and it's not that you didn't have an opportunity to find somebody, but that you fucked it up. Like for me, if somebody doesn't like you, it's fine. Just don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that hurt the most. The ones that where if we would have not just said that, if we would have not just called them, it would have worked out. You know, and that to me, that's the one that if there's something that I could teach people is that 95% of the people you're gonna meet are not gonna like you. 95% of the people you're gonna meet, you're not gonna have chemistry with them, either with friends and the opposite sex. So you gotta lower your expectations. A lot of people fail. You just never hear it because it's embarrassing. You know, you never hear people getting played, and so you think you're alone in this island.
Alex, you knocked it out the park.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, that was
now
deep.
You see why I love him like this.
That was deep. So now, with that said, let me ask you a question. How does love happen? Is love a lowering of your expectations, or is love a result of meeting somebody who's at your level?
Or acceptance, because you really have to accept the person, like accept their differences too. Like you're not gonna find exactly what you're looking like a checklist or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a lowering of your expectations, because when you settle, it'll eventually backfire on you. You'll get those pretty pictures. Most likely you settle to shut your parents up and whatever. That's not real love, but that's what most people think is love, unfortunately, and you got to feel for them. For me, there's two, I call it natural chemistry, right? Where there are people who you meet that you have great chemistry with.
Right.
And you just vibe with them. There's no words for it. You could just have a great conversation with them. Those people are the ones that are the hardest to really evaluate, because that chemistry is so addictive
and easy. Like it's just easy. Right?
Having chemistry with a woman or with a man that's perfect is better than sex. I don't care who you are.
I agree.
Like when you have that chemistry where you feel, even kissing her, it feels like a euphoria. It doesn't compare to anything. And so you overlook a lot of flaws simply because they make you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
They become a drug. And that is love, but it's toxic love.
Oh,
just the way we like it.
Just toxic love. It's the most addictive kind of love. But it's unfortunately it's a kind of love that corrodes you inside. It destroys you. It's not the type of thing that you want.
Yes.
Now you have the other kind where you have great chemistry, same chemistry, but you guys are compatible. You guys want the same thing. You guys want he's healthy for you. That's the good kind of love. We can't say that just because they're toxic, that don't mean that they love each other, but that they just have a toxic love. So it's that's what I think love is. I could be wrong.
Do you think that toxic love always fades eventually because it's based on like that lust behind it and not so much like the basis of what you said, like that healthy foundation?
Well, toxic love is not based on the lust, because lust, well, you guys would just have sex for a few weeks and it'll
And
be
it'll
over.
be over. Oh, okay, I got
The
you.
toxic love is a kind of love that is hard to run away from because
I see.
because there's the hope of maybe this time it will be different,
Different, yeah.
or they'll change.
Yeah, totally.
You become a prisoner of hope.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
now.
that's deep. Now, regular folks, at what point do you say I'm not tolerating nothing else from this person?
Well, it's kind of like it's very hard to know that point when you're in that when you're in that wave of emotion. You will keep moving the goalpost. First 2 weeks to slow the spread. No, let's get the vaccine first and then we'll stop.
Right.
75%. Then last week, 95%. Hey, the goalpost just keeps getting moved up.
Yeah.
Right. And so we mentally move up the goalpost because we really want to see them. And you got to realize your mind will play tricks on you. You think you're not moving the goalposts.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how the mind plays tricks on you. So you got to make those mistakes first and evaluate. And unfortunately, that mistake might mean you losing the love of your life. You know, and that's how you learn your lesson. A lot of people are hard-headed. A lot of people don't have premature wisdom. They don't just learn from other people's mistakes.
That's
they got to
so
see
true.
themselves.
What do you think is the biggest mistake men make in relationships?
Well, in relationships,
Or like even in the beginning, like you meet a girl, you start dating, like
accepting
what's
uncertainty from women. Accepting uncertainty.
Shout out my brother, CO Vlad.
Oh, shout out. Accepting uncertainty in terms of her, like, or even like accepting inconsistencies, accepting lateness. Like,
that's their biggest mistake. They shouldn't do that. They
Well-
shouldn't accept it.
well, you see, it truly does depend. Like, it's just that women, 90% of the times, the women you meet will lose interest in you. So you have to assume it's not going to work out.
Oh wow.
Right.
Assume that this girl who you're seeing, well, you're not gonna see her no more. You have to, because it does happen. Women will just try their best to show you they like you because they
Facts.
want to be polite. They don't want to hurt you. And people, it's like when you go out with a girl.
I'm never that polite person.
Well, good.
Oops.
No, that's good. But it's like when you go out with a girl that and she doesn't look at her photos. I'm like, fuck. She's like she's fat, man. Some bullshit. You know, but then you don't want to be mean to her. You're like, oh, y'all see you next time. Yeah, call me, bitch. Yeah, call me. Because I don't want to make her feel bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like with people that you meet,
DJ Sparks.
expect it not to work. Lower those expectations. Lower them. Lower
Yes.
them to the ground. So that if anything positive happens, it's a positive surprise. It's like, it's just, the thing is that when we're so desperate, when we're so hungry for love, we have our hopes up every moment. Every moment is a moment of hope. And it's not to be pessimistic. It's more about rationally being rationally negative in a rational way. Not negative from a place of trauma, but negative in a rational way. You like, I'm dealing with a woman here. She doesn't know what she wants. She might be choosing between me and another guy. Me or Tyrone. So it's kind of like you never know. You never know. Or Luis the Puerto Rican. Like,
know, right?
you never know. So it's kind of like you just have to be that negative, because what women will try to do, they'll try to make you think it's gonna happen.
Right.
You know, because it could also mean you could give her something.
Yeah.
You know, how do you control a child who's compulsive? Promise him a surprise, and all of a sudden that kid will behave.
Yeah.
You know, so what
Yeah.
they'll do, women will put a guy in their prison of hope. They're like, maybe one day. No, fuck that shit. Expect it's not gonna work out, and she'll sense that you're pulling away. And if she likes you, she'll show you her cards. But 95% of the times, you realize that they really didn't like you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces. One is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man, Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.